Hi everyone, it's me, James Lott Jr., and due to the coronavirus, the Bold Breakdown will not be airing. Normally I do it once a month on AfterBuzz TV. The studio is shut down. They're putting together some stuff to still be able to stream shows for you, but I've chosen to just let it go for this month and pull out a bold and beautiful mini spotlight special. This week was so good, I have to talk about it. I mean, especially Friday's episode, we have to talk about it. Friday 13th. But so this is Bold and Beautiful Mini Spotlight. I used to do these all the time, did several seasons of these. And I've been toying to bring them back a little bit. I do Bold and Beautiful Rewind, an audio podcast, which just streams everywhere. I do that every week. I haven't done a video of this in a long time, but it was such a good episode, Friday especially, Thursday and Friday, that I had to talk about. But first, I hope everybody is safe. Hope everybody's at home. Hope everybody's well. I know it's scary out there, and we do need to not always watch everything about the virus 24/7. We should have some also entertainment and keep our mind off things. And our soaps are a good way of doing that, and they're still viable and vital for us as a society to have television and music and radio and stuff like that. While everything else is kind of shutting down outside, these things are still great to have for our mental health. We got to take care of our mental health. Mental health does help with your immune system too. Having good mental health it does help aid in being healthy. So this week was good, but this Thursday and Friday's episodes, and so if you have not watched last week's Bold and Beautiful that ended Friday 13th of March 2020, then stop here. Okay, now I'm going to go into it. The wedding, the wedding of the year, right? Weddings are staples on soaps, right? And things going wrong at weddings are even bigger staples on soaps. And Bold and Beautiful never disappoints. And I think most of you knew out there too, that Zoe and Thomas were not going to get married. If the wedding had gone through, I'd been really shocked. I've been really shocked if it had. But I had a feeling it was not going to happen. Before the wedding, we got to see that Steffi came clean, which I'm glad. Good that she came clean. And Hope and Liam were reunited. And that it was Hope who came up with a plan to out Thomas. And they were smart because they were saying things like, well, we got to do it in a way that, no one else can, it has to be out in the open. He can't refute it. It can't be ambiguous. She says that actually in her speech to him. It had to be out in the open. They had to be able to, so that everybody knows what's going on, and to expose him in a way that he can't get out of it. That beginning of that wedding was so laughably awkward. Zoe and him, in any other world, in any other universe, if he wasn't obsessed with Hope, they'd be a cute couple, actually. But we know that he wants Hope still. And those vows were hilarious. Good to see my friend Lauren St. Victor playing Carter again. He always marries everybody. That's what he does. But it was so funny to see him. Matthew Atkinson is the bomb. And he was on Bold Breakdown. Great guy in real life. But he's so good at playing this creepy Thomas Forrester. He's so good at it. And oh my God, the guy who plays Vinny had me laughing too. They kept cutting to him, the looks on his face like, is he really going to do this? Is he really going to do this? Oh, I kept chuckling. I'm trying to laugh, I kept chuckling. And then when it came to actually the vows, and then when it came to the ring, and she repeating whatever Carter said to repeat, and it was his turn, and he showed his Adam's apple, he showed his eyes, he was waiting for Hope to walk through the door, and then she did, in the dress that he designed for Hope for the Future, with Douglas in hand. And I knew, oh my God, it was going to be so good. And Friday's episode did not disappoint. I'm telling you, in my opinion, just by we're taking it out of the storyline, now we're talking just acting performances. Annika Noel, a friend of the show also, and Matthew Atkinson, Emmy-worthy stuff. Kiara Barnes, who plays Zoe, good stuff also. Torsten K, cut right to him. Everyone was good. But I have to single out Matthew Atkinson and Annika Noel, and little Henry Samry, who plays Douglas. So it was so good. It was just like the episode. He was getting his comeuppance. He was still obsessed with Hope, and when he went to tears, he's crazy. Obviously, he's crazy. But I think in his brain, he thinks he loves Hope. He really does love Hope, and he wants a happy family. That's what makes a good three-dimensional villain. I guess he's a villain. I guess he is. I mean, you guys will tell me what you think, of course, which I want you to on the comments below. Tell me what you think. But I just feel like I felt for him for a little bit. I was glad he's getting his comeuppance. I'm so glad. I mean, he deserved it. And the way they all came in and just kind of each said their things, and that we revealed that Zoe was in on it, which I was glad. Zoe was on it. Hope got to her, and that Hope explained to Douglas what was going on also. Normally the kids are ushered out. That little actor is like a grown-up. He can act. He holds his own against all the adults. And I feel, and some people I know were online were saying they wish he hadn't been there, that they were bad parents for letting him see that. But I think it was integral to the story because he was being treated weirdly by Todd. Thomas kept pulling him in, Douglas in. So I feel like that he had to be there on some level. To see it all unfold also. And it threw salt in the wound to have him say, I want to be with Hope and Liam and not you, Daddy. I mean, I usually don't want the kids in the room either, but I feel like it had to happen. He had to kind of be there because he's been an integral part of the storyline this whole time. He just has. So I think that's why he was there. But the fact that it was completely everybody turned on him. Even Vinny was just kind of like, Now, for a split second, they had Vinny and Steffi sat next to each other. I was like, ooh, that could be interesting pairing right there. Side note. But I just thought that it was a well-written episode, well-directed episode, well-acted episode. It was a great Friday episode, and he storms out, and I just thought it was really good. This was months long in the making. I mean, months long. And I know all of you out there was like, okay, it needs to come to a head at some point. Pacing is always tough with soaps because sometimes it could be, too long or it could be too short. So it's a tough thing, but I thought it was a good payoff. I thought this one was a good payoff. So that was good. Because of the virus, I believe the soaps are now, I know General Hospital for sure, I think the soaps are on the hiatus at the moment. But they do film in advance, so I'm assuming, like we'll find out next week, that they'll be airing new episodes still for at least the next couple of weeks until all this stuff gets settled in some way or another. We've never had this kind of. This is very unprecedented with the virus and stuff. So I know that we're not sure what's happening, but everything's shutting down. For now, so we'll see what happens in a few weeks. But I know that the soaps they film in advance, so I think Bold does 5 or 6 weeks. I think I'm not sure in advance, but we should have some episodes coming. I think should be because now I know the thing now is what is Thomas going to do? Because last time we thought he was dead, but he wasn't dead because of vat acid. It wasn't a vat acid; it was a cleaning solution, and he came back. So now he really can't go after Hope again, can he? Some suggested he might try to kill himself. Here's the thing. It's soaps. He can't be redeemed. I know it seems crazy, but he can. And there's many ways they could do that. And you all can I'm sure you can think of ways if they want to redeem him. But I know that his character is hated, which is totally supposed to happen because it's a soap and he's playing a character. And he should be hated for what he's done to them. But he can't be redeemed. He's a legacy character, a member of the Forrester family. It can happen if they do it correctly, right? Now, we also have to keep in mind that Bill and Brooke kissed. I know some folks were pissed about that. I was always a Brill fan, always. I have been. I didn't want Katie and Bill back together. I thought that was rushed. They dropped her with Thorne, and then I didn't like that. But then here's the weird thing. But now it's like, you hurt Katie before. You can't really do it again. Can't. But I like them together, Brooke and Bill. So I don't know. It's gonna be that's out there. I love me some Shauna. and Shauna and Ridge have chemistry too. So I guess that's a good soap thing to do. So I'm James Lott Jr. Bold and Beautiful Mini Spotlights and Rewinds is on Facebook. Follow our page there. The Bold Breakdown, the show that I do on AfterBuzz TV once a month, is on Twitter and on Instagram. We don't have a Facebook page there. And then this, of course, is on JLJ Media. You can follow me at James Lott Jr. Everyone, please stay safe. If you're home, continue to watch our show, The Bold and Beautiful, while it's on and support them. And I will see you next time.